You take the embryo under a microscope and you take off a few cells from that embryo, and you do genetic tests on those cells that tell you, you hope, what the genetic makeup will be of the baby that that embryo might become. For some things, that is really accurate and effective. Some of the easy things, boy or girl, that's pretty easy. Will this embryo inherit the father's genetic variation that leads inevitably to Huntington disease? We're pretty good at telling that. Will this embryo inherit a defective BRCA1 gene, putting the baby, if the baby is female, at a very high risk for breast cancer and a much higher than normal risk for ovarian cancer? We're good at telling that. But what's happening now is companies are beginning to say, we can test and tell you whether your embryo is going to be smart or not, or whether your embryo, and I think they're looking at being able to say whether your embryo is going to be athletic or not, or musical or not. There is a little bit of evidence supporting a genetic connection, genetic associations between certain genetic variations and those traits, but it's really weak evidence, in part because the brain makes genes look simple. Anything involving human behavior involves typically not just one gene, but hundreds or thousands of genes, and everything that's ever happened to you during your life or during the 9 months when you were in utero, when you were in the womb, and luck. Chance has a lot to do with with cognitive skills in ways that we're just now beginning to recognize. So I am very upset that companies are offering tests for things that for which there's no good evidence that they can tell you anything meaningful. And yet they're charging thousands and thousands of dollars for this.